Hey guys, welcome to the Rambling Gypsy podcast. My name is Tiffany Foy, and we are on my porch. We are fortunate to be fortunate, and this is part two with my guy Brooks Robinson.
Part two.
So,
I had no idea I was going to talk so much.
Come on. well, now if we've already introduced him, we've already been through a bunch of the music stuff. And that is adorable that you think that you don't know that you're going to talk so much. He's the one that doesn't need a microphone, and he's the storyteller.
Oh, come on.
Oh, it's good, though.
I'm very quiet, reserved, never says much. No?
No. I mean, you are quiet, but you're not quiet. Is that... Yeah, that's you.
Quiet, but not quiet.
Quiet, but not quiet. You're just... How do you say? I don't know. You're quiet, but you're not quiet. Yeah.
Depends on the situation and the company.
That's true. That's with me too.
That has a lot to do with it.
Yeah. If I'm not comfortable, I'm out. I'm just totally like, yeah, this is not my vibe. I gotta go. Yeah. Or 2 words in. Nah, I'm not gonna like you.
Yeah.
Nope. We're not gonna be friends.
We're
It's
done.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah.
It was nice. Yeah.
Thanks for trying.
It was good.
Thanks for playing.
Real talk. Toodles. Bye. Gotta go. Somebody call me. Somebody phone a friend. Somebody make my phone ring now. Yeah. So we talked about your music. We talked about things that you've done. We talked about the amazing experience with Charlie, which was really, really, really cool. And so from Charlie, where'd you go?
After Charlie, Zane Williams for a little bit. Charlie retired.
Right.
Had a vocal thing.
Right.
Went and played for Zane Williams for, I don't know, maybe 6 or 8 months.
Yeah.
Funny thing, so I ended up with Josh Ward. I had met Josh kind of when I got the vibe that the Charlie thing was kind of slowing down.
Right.
At River Road Ice House, I went out and caught a Josh show. I'd never seen him before. And I don't know if you can tell, if they can tell by looking at me, but I don't really listen to a lot of Texas country.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll listen when a new album comes out. I want to listen to it.
Right.
Be familiar with what my buddies are doing.
Right.
But it's not something that I put on every day.
Right.
I'm a 90s glam rock, Motley Crue, kind of, Slipknot.
Yeah.
Angry music.
Right.
That calms me.
Which is so kind of funny that you mentioned that, because if you know anything about Cody, Canada.
Oh, yeah.
The kid, Shan and the kids, and they're very much that vibe too as well. In fact, we've been to some concerts. Jeremy and I we took Garrison. I don't even remember which one it was, but yeah, where we've been to some rock concerts together.
Yeah,
with
I've
them.
always
and it's just
been
kind of, it's people be like, wait, what? Oh yeah, yes.
Rock, metal. That's
Tyler too, my nephew. Though
Yeah.
I mean, he plays and does, and when he first started playing, it was freaking Headbangers Ball and
when
yeah.
MTV still had music.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And that's Tyler. And you look at Tyler and like, yeah, to see Tyler in the country scene is like, wait, what? Yeah. But yeah. So go. Okay. Yep.
So I told Josh that night, I was like, hey, you got good tunes.
Yeah.
I mean, listen to rock and roll, metal, all that stuff. But because of Pops, loved country, had a love for country, obviously. Working in the scene, had a love for country. And Josh really had that old school sound.
Yeah.
Stuff that resonated with me, and had an incredible voice for what he was doing. And I told him that night, I was like, dude, if you ever need a drummer, call me.
Yeah.
And 2 years passed. I do remember that.
Nice.
2 years passed, and I don't remember if I'd been talking with his tour manager at the time about maybe going to work for him, and the stars aligned, and I got a call, and hey, are you still interested in the gig? You want to do this?
Right.
And I was like, yeah. And I think at first Josh was uncertain because he had this picture and idea in his head about what kind of drummer I was. Mm-hmm. And he wasn't altogether wrong about it, but as far as being able to adapt to do what he needed from me. And the beauty of it is we had such a great working relationship. Why he trusted me so much so quickly, I don't know. Maybe it was
I do.
the history, the background, working with Charlie, that stuff. But he very much did what Charlie did. He wanted me to be me, and I felt like his show could be pushed a little more to the edge, and he gave me the leeway
To do so.
to do that, and sometimes to do that without asking permission.
Right.
You know, and
Josh is such a very old school cowboy. Just he's got he's very chivalrous and very genuine, and things that you just really don't run into anymore, you don't see anymore. He's one of the most kind-hearted humans, and y'all are both very calm and very, I mean, like, do you say like a soothing soul? I mean, because me, I'm high strung and I'm bouncing off the walls and blah 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 blah. I'm always going a million miles to nothing, and then you two, I mean, you know, there's just those people that you just talk to and you're like, oh, okay, I feel so much better. We didn't even really talk about anything. You just
Right.
like, it's just like you just bring us down to a whole different level. But I could see you two where y'all would just instantly jive, because you do have an old school heart, and you have
calling me old.
well, I mean,
If the
once
shoe
ag-
fits.
once again, yeah. But your dad, your pops is that way. I mean, I talk to him about a lot of things, and I mean, he's my go-to for a lot, and you know that. And there's conversations that you don't even know the half of that me and your dad have had, where I call him and I'm hysterical. And I mean, he'll either be at my front door in less than 20 to 30 minutes, or I'm on the phone with him and he just brings me down. Josh is that nurturing, just that good cowboy, just kind of, I mean, really cool. But I could see where y'all would have a perfect marriage in the music industry, where you could kind of push him, because you do not look like the guy that's going to be sitting in the back of a Josh Ward band. I mean,
Playing
yeah.
a two-step shuffle.
seriously. Bing, ding, 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 ding. Yeah, no, that's not. Yeah, and this is the drummer.
Yeah, but he's going to
Wait,
let me open the show with a Motley Crue riff. See, so
Yeah, now I've seen that happen.
We got to balance each other out.
It is a really cool balance. And yeah, so it is. I can see how that did work, how it was a very good vibe for both you two, where y'all had a...
And we had a great run. Unfortunately for me, years of being on the road, and I use this as a description all the time. If anybody has ever seen me play, they're like, so what happened? I'm like, well, you know, when you reach to the ceiling and try to hit the floor and a drum gets in the way, I didn't realize the damage it was doing
Doing too.
even though I was very extremely religious about warming up, stretching before a show. It got to the point where I was hurting more playing the shows
More
than
than
I was
playing.
having fun. And I knew I needed to take a break.
Right.
Thank God for a hobby
Yeah.
that has grown exponentially. To the point that it is absolutely my new passion.
Right.
Still love playing music. Still yearn to play music.
So you've been off the road
Touring
for a year.
full-time. I've been off the road. This past April would be a year. So
year.
16 months now,
Right.
something like that.
So, and you and I've talked about this, and we've had multiple conversations of, do you miss it? And I mean, it's got to be hard not to miss. You did it for 30 years. So, but you do have a hobby, and kind of piddled around with motorcycles, and kind of crazy enough, Jeremy has got a shit ton of them. And when I'm talking, we got a fucking museum of them. And Brooks is picking around, and you've always worked on the bikes. And So years and years and years ago, and that's kind of how the first hard luck kind of happened. Was we found a building and it was right down the street from, not far from you and not far from us, and basically Jeremy needed somebody to
maintain everything that he had, and I needed a place to start a
business. And so, boom, hard luck was born. Hard luck was born. And so, yeah, I remember the first motorcycle lift. I remember the first, the whole, ground zero. Boom, it was born. And then that was a long time ago.
Feels like yesterday.
Isn't that crazy? I drive by that building all the time, and I look and I'm like, golly, there's some.
That was a decade ago.
Yeah. Isn't that insane? So off the road. So now you've got, what I was going to say was, in that time that you've been off the road, which has been just now, 16 months, you said 17 months or whatever it is. And, we were at a show together recently with a whole group of people, and side stage, watching,
Red Clay
Strays, you guys. And, these guys, I don't even know how you really honestly explain them. They are, you look at them and their vibe is very, I just freaking love it. I mean, I'm talking
some of them have a very rockabilly vibe.
Yes. I mean, yes, it's just so good. Reminds me of my old pot de choix shoes. And I mean, it's just so good. It's just so good. And we're side stage and we're talking, and the sound guy and the drummer for them.
That guy stole the show for me.
The guy is a vibe. He reminds me so much of Ruben, which is literally, I just want to put Ruben in my back pocket and take him everywhere we go, because he is works for Shane Smith and the Saints, and he's always got the biggest smile, and his vibe. I mean, you've seen him. He's just like this little grasshopper that just jumps all over the place. And we were side stage at Whitewater Saturday night when the boys were playing, and we had Keen there that we did the cancer benefit for, and we had beach balls, and they were bouncing the beach balls through all the fans and the crowd. And one of them popped up on stage, and Ruben went to go kick the beach ball, and he turned around and he was like, and I was like, you did it, son, you did it. And he was so cute and just so happy. But it was, that reminds me so much of the drummer for Red Clay. And I was standing there and I was watching you watch him, and I'm watching him, and I'm not a drummer, and I'm just beside myself. And I'd seen them several times before when in the Keys, and that was your first time to see them.
Mm-hmm.
And I turned around and I looked at you and I said, if this doesn't make you miss playing, nothing is going to fucking make you miss playing.
I missed that electricity from a big crowd.
That was, so there's 3 stages of this event, and that was, I don't think even if there was no one in that crowd, if you didn't feel the electricity from that dude, you're dead to the world. I mean, you're not feeling, you can't feel, you can't nothing. That guy, wow. But the whole band and everything is just phenomenal. But you coming from being a drummer for 30 years and watching that guy, I mean, you were that like cats fucking that made off to that dude.
That made me miss the moment a lot.
Yeah. Oh, I saw it. I mean, knowing you and being my bestie for as long as you have, and it was a cool experience for me to watch him, and I wish we would have sat and visited with him afterwards, because I would have loved to. It would have been a great conversation with just you two talking and listening to y'all talk about
geeking out on drum stuff.
Well, because when you play, I mean,
but he happy drums.
He
kind of reminded me of like Joe Cocker.
Yeah,
if Joe Cocker was a drummer.
Yeah,
and everybody like from Nick's age under is going, who the hell is Joe Cocker?
Yeah.
But anyway, that's really,
Yeah.
And he had Levon Helm kind of thing to him too.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm dating myself. But I mean, great.
Us, actually.
Great drummer.
It's fun. Yeah. Yeah. But really that big
But
experience.
I always had, when I had the opportunity to meet people after shows, I think the funniest thing that resonated with me from multiple people was like, wow, you're so nice and not like what I thought you would be like. And that always kind of took me aback.
Have you ever watched
have
you ever watched yourself perform? Does that, I know that sounds like, really, Tiffany, you just said that. But I mean, have you ever...
Rare. I don't like to watch videos of myself. It's weird.
Yeah.
But I've seen enough videos. I get it. I've seen enough still shots.
Of your face?
Yeah, I angry drum.
Yes, you do.
I attribute that to why I am so laid back. Mm-hmm. Because I took my frustrations, my mental anguish,
Right.
anything I had going on.
Yes.
Honestly, that's a lie, though. Because
You can't lie on the porch.
well, one thing that I always preach
we
to
always tell the truth on the
one
porch.
thing that one thing that I always preach to the guys in the band, and it's a very hard thing to do, but it's always deserving of the people that paid their hard-earned money to get in and watch the show. Because everybody's got their own bullshit that they have to deal with day to day.
100%.
But when you are an entertainer, part of your job, aside from delivering the artist's music, everybody that's out there in some way, shape, or form is needing a break from the day to day.
Yes.
And I told the guys we'd always do, 30 minutes prior to a show is just band hang.
Yeah.
And then we'd have a quick little get together and then we'd go to the stage. And I told the guys and I just felt it. And I told them, I said, look, because you can make a habit of carrying baggage with you and letting that affect your performance. Whether you forgot to pay a bill,
right,
and you got that weighing on you, or you're in an argument with your best friend and that's weighing heavy on you. And I told the guys, I said, one thing that I learned through my time traveling with bands is those people didn't come there to hear perfection. One, they came there to be entertained. Mm-hmm. And for that 90 minutes that you're on stage, you are their vehicle to transport them away from whatever struggle they're having at the moment.
You have to put it on the back burner. You've got to. It's not easy.
No, it's not. But I would tell guys, and I've told for a long time, I've told them, whatever problems you have going on, even if it was, I was having a disagreement with my band brother. Yeah. You leave that at the bottom of the stage stairs, and when you walk up there, you have an expectation to fulfill for those people. Right. And then I'm like, and then when the show's over, you can pick up your personal baggage. And if it was me,
you got to leave it at the front door.
Yeah. And if it was me and one of the guys in the band having a disagreement or something, we were best buds again when we were on stage. Right. And then we can go back and yell it out on the bus after. That can wait till after.
I tell the kids, and owning businesses and what have you with our family, and it's not easy. I mean, it's in the same deal, different aspect, of course, but it's or situation, but having a family-owned business during the day from 8 to 5, we have to forget that you're my kid or you're my husband, and at the end of the day, it's got to stay there. If you come home and you bring that home with you, it will destroy a marriage. It will destroy a friendship.
Absolutely.
It will, and it's not easy. It's not easy, and I've been doing that for a very long time, and it's.
Hey, me, Pops, and Aubrey, we're the construction crew together for a long time.
Yeah.
We've had some serious...
Put the nail gun down.
We've had some serious discussions.
Yeah. Give me the hammer.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, when we left the job
site...
I
told them, high five, let's all go have a cocktail, let's go do our family dinner. We still have Thanksgiving together. We used to Some people can figure it out and most people cannot. And it's one of those things where, and you've heard me say it a million times over. In fact, when we were in Cabo, I said, I'm going to take a lap. And I mean, I was up and I lapped that. I don't know if y'all have seen the size of the hotel that we stayed. We stayed at Pueblo Bonita Pacifica. I lapped that sucker 5 times at 7 o'clock in the morning. I was like, nope, I need to take a lap. I'm going to keep lapping. That was not enough. And then I just kept on lapping and then I came back and I was like, okie dokie. Hi. Now I'm ready to talk. And I mean, I just needed to, but you can't, you got to, there's just, it's not easy. It is absolutely not easy, but you're absolutely correct.
See, that's the beautiful thing about being a biker. Because there's not much that a tank of gas won't fix.
No doubt. And I get it. I'm that girl, and you know I am, because I absolutely, completely get it. So Hard Luck is born. Hard Luck is in Bracken.
Yes.
So Bracken is this adorable
podunk suburb
stretch of a road. It's really...
Yeah, if you can call it a suburb. It is a road.
It is a road. It's a stretch of a road. And ironically enough, Alan, the guy that built Bracken and did all the buildings, has Alco's Construction and Alco's Buildings. And I met him after he built Bracken and put all that together. He was...
Oh, wow.
So I've known that guy for a very long time. Very, very cool dude. Very, very cool dude. But so it literally is a stretch of the road. So if you're New Braunfels, and then we have San Antonio, and in between there is, and even being born and raised local, you have Live Oak, you have Selma, you have Cibolo, you have Schertz, you have all these little Garden Ridge. You have all these little things, and it's literally like, what the hell? Did y'all just like roll the dice and just decide, you know what, let's just keep everybody guessing, because it all just kind of blends into one.
Well, and
one little area that connects the other little area is this little road. That's Bracken.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is it's not like my address is not Bracken, Texas. It's San Antonio.
Exactly.
It's kind of like Green.
Right.
Like Green isn't green. It's New Braunfels,
right.
But it's still green.
Right. Yeah. Even the boys' custom shop, it's Canyon Lake. They can spit at the post office from the front door of the custom shop, which is Canyon Lake.
Yeah.
They have to use a Canyon Lake address, but they're not allowed to do postal stuff at the Canyon Lake post office. They have to come all the way into town to use the New Braunfels one. Who is in charge here?
Yeah.
Who is making up the...
Who
They're not
can't
paying
read a
our
map?
fuel bill, I can tell you that much, because that makes 0 sense whatsoever. But it's kind of like when the kids were going to school. So many kids that lived in Garden Ridge before we had 47,000 high schools in our town, they went to Canyon High School.
Yeah.
So they would drive from Garden Ridge past New Braunfels High School to drive another 20 minutes to get to Canyon High School. And that's where those kids would go.
Yeah.
So it's just because it was the division of was where the river is. And so that was the dividing factor between, but now we have high schools all over the place. And
yeah.
so
Somebody didn't know that there was a back way to get to New Braunfels from
yeah,
Garden
well,
Ridge.
now whoever let the cat out of the bag has fucked up my whole entire thing, because I still am the backroads person. And yeah, you guys have heard me mention Nick a million times, but I've taught her a whole lot of the backroads. And now when we're going back through Retama or going back because that's kind of similar to where your shop is. And she goes to Retama with me all the time, because that's who takes care of my horses and things. And I'll say, do you know where we are at? And she'll go, nope, no clue. And I'll say, do you remember where we pick up the eggs? And she'll go, oh, I know exactly where we're at. It's kind of like saying, yeah, do you know where that gas station is? And then you go, nope. And you go, oh, well, do you know where the corner of River Road Ice House is? Or do you know where,
right,
the Grumpy's? Everybody knows. I mean, if you don't, you should. Because
if you don't know where Grumpy's is,
you should know where Grumpy's is. And that kind of, because you can say, do you know where Bracken is? And it's no. But then you can say, do you know where not Hanging Tree? What is it is Hanging Tree. Yeah, I always get that one and the one on 281 mixed, because the environment is so so much alike. It's biker bar too. So but
Oh, I forget the name of that one.
I know. See, and I get them confused all the time, but it is Hanging Tree that's
Yeah.
over there by you, which is a really cool old dive bar. And
I actually played there one time.
Really?
With Gary P.
nice.
Yes, I've never been back in that place again.
Really? So I used to take Pickles, my pig. You remember Pickles?
Yeah.
And I always called her Piggy. I used to take Piggy there all the time, and everybody in that entire place knew who she was, and she's always been. I'd take her from the time she was wee little till she was a big girl to live music and stages, and she loved that place. And they'd always have her stuff. I wouldn't even have to pack her carrots or whatever it was. They knew she loved the Starburst, and they would have her in the back. Yeah, so we have. That was before we had all these fancy phones and shit. But yeah, I would love to have those pictures of her and I just chilling on the front porch with. They had cats at that place next door, but the cats would be like, "The hell kind of cat is this?" And Piggy didn't give a shit.
It's the biggest cat I've ever seen.
I know. She just run around and snort and yeah, do her thing, and she knew where she was going, and yeah, it was cool. But yeah. But that's where Bracken is, and that's where Hard Luck's is, and that's where Brooks is at. And you do anything and everything pretty much for
American V-Twin.
There it is. Yeah. Yeah.
Full service, maintenance, customization, from that to ground up custom builds.
You did a
Restorations.
custom build for, was that the Rot that you had?
Yeah.
Which one was the one that you...
I built that one for a customer, but I showed it at the Rot Rally.
I remember
at the
that.
Biker Build Off in
Yeah.
Dallas. That one got me in with the right people and really caused the shop to take off.
Yeah. Because you're always just jammed.
Always.
Always.
I keep saying I'm going to catch up eventually. And then when I come close, I get concerned. Like, ooh, I need business to come in.
Right.
And I finally started telling the guys, when you hear me walk around and say, man, the phone needs to ring.
Yeah.
Throw a wrench at my
Right.
head.
Trip me in the
Yeah.
head. Do something.
Do
Tell me to go for a
something.
ride. Yeah.
Stuff an oil rag in my mouth.
Right.
Tell me to shut up. Anything.
Whatever it takes. Just
I mean,
do not.
We're always going to take more business.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess
That's-
when you have your own business, it's a good thing to not ever really catch up as long as the work's moving, you know.
That's right.
But
Yeah.
you don't sleep a lot.
No. Boy, do I know that. Yeah. I absolutely know that. Yeah. It's never ending, but that's one thing that you and I have a lot in common is our work ethic. Like we never stop, we never slow down. And if we do, it's kind of like, why?
And even when you do, even when you're not at work and you're just relaxing, doing whatever else, it's still in the back of your head. You've still got
Still going.
the wheels are still turning. You're still
Always.
ideas.
Yes.
You know, what can I
Nonstop.
do better? What can I make better? What can I
Yes.
do different?
What's
You
the
know?
next level? Where am I going from here?
What's the next thing?
What's the next thing?
What gets me
Exactly.
to that next level?
Right. Yeah. It's kind of how my porch kind of evolved. And, but yeah, it was kind of, felt like I was kind of losing myself there for a minute, and I'm thinking, golly, people always ask, what are you doing? I mean, you had a donkey in your car and like you went, why, what's happening? And yeah, and that's kind of where it all kind of came into fruition. And so, yeah, just talking about the day in the life of my freaking shit show. But it's been fun having people like yourself on here and getting to introduce everybody and show, I mean, there's so much that people don't know, and you're a pretty cool dude.
I have my moments on occasion.
I don't. Whatever. Yeah, you damn right I do. We have, just like Nick says, what do you think? What'd she say? What do you mean, why did we build a porch? To tell everybody your bullshit? I don't know. It's the funniest freaking thing. I can't even think about it right now. But it's the very first episode when me and Kel were laughing. Why are we here? I don't know why we're here. And she just lost her shit. What do you mean? You don't know? Yeah, we just built this whole porch. And it's just so cute. I love when she throws temper tantrums. You've seen her throw a couple, but she's my little fireball. She's so cute.
She is.
She's so cute. She's so good for me. Yeah. Where were we all going? Somewhere. Wasn't she like in Dallas or something? And weren't we? That was when we were all at the show. Yes, because she wasn't there. We were all in the show at Gonzales, and Josh was there. You're not playing for Josh, and Shane Smith and the Saints were there. That was the time we read Clay Strays. We were whatever, blah blah blah, and I handed you my phone. I was doing something, and I said, send a text or whatever. And you said, when is Nick coming home? Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, I was like, this is not what I do. And I was like, well, can you just help me? I don't even know why I couldn't do it or what my problem was or what. Oh, I was braiding my hair or some shit. That was when I had y'all know my hair has always got something. I'm giving it a break, by the way. If y'all are wondering what the hell's going on, I'm just giving it a little break because it's tired and it's hot. It's 197,000 degrees outside. But it was so funny because you looked at me, you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, I was not a good fill-in.
No,
That is definitely her wheelhouse, not so much mine.
It was hilarious. It was very funny, but yeah. But, you know what we forgot to do? We got to do the word of the day.
All right.
So the word of the day is Thugby. Thugby, okay? So it's a game played by wannabe thugs without a ball. And here's a perfect example. When you boop them upside the head unexpectedly. And so if you're with Kel and the whole crew. I mean, you're in and out of our all the time. So you know what a boop is. I mean, boop can be anything you want it to be. You can boop your nose. You can boop the shit out of somebody. Yeah. That is when you play Thugby. That's exactly what that is. When you just walk by and just smack the shit.
Little top spin in there.
Yeah, yeah. When you think you're a thug, but you're really not. But you just, that's called Thugby. So there you go.
I like it.
Yeah.
Thugby.
Yeah. So when I'm at the resort and you'll wonder why I'm in the middle of, you were there that night. There was a whole group of everybody there when we had, who was playing that night? Anyways, at the resort, doesn't matter. But we'd turn around and there's 30 people in a freaking brawl. And I jump right in the middle of them.
With the biggest guy.
The biggest dude. I mean, this guy literally was like, could have given the Schwarzenegger. He could have given him a good run for his money. This dude was 6 foot something and just ripped. And I kicked him.
And you backed him down.
I did. Well, then one of my guys was on the other side of me and he was like, you punched me. And I was like, well, then don't get in my way. I'm going to knock the shit out of somebody.
Too.
Yeah. So that's exactly what I was doing. I was playing a nice, solid game of Thugby. And I won. And I did.
You did.
I did. I set that. Yes, I did. I don't know what happens to me when I get into that. I just, used to, I would let the SOs, but now it's like I know. Absolutely.
I think you went full on mom.
That's, who else tells me that is Jake all the time.
You went full on mom and he backed down.
He did. I know. Yes.
He was just a big old mama's boy.
Big old mama's boy. Yeah. And I mean, and his wife was there. And
I was thinking I was going to have to run him over with your Jenny.
Nah, I got this. And you freaking Kreger and they're the same story all the time. Jerry tells this story all the time. He's like, do you remember that one time I saved you? And I was like, no. No, first of all, no. And no, you did not. And that's adorable that you think so. But he was like, I walked out of the bathroom and I told this guy, no. And I was like, that is so helpful. I was like, no, you didn't. Whatever. Yeah. Just like I said, I love you and you're cute. But yeah. But yeah. So that was, but that's a good game of Thugby.
So I'm going to use that.
I know you used.
I'm going to find a spot to use that.
I can't wait. I just can't wait to hear the backstory. So what'd you do last weekend? Well, I had a nice solid game of Thugby about from 5 to 7 on a Saturday afternoon. What'd you do?
Well, you never know.
Were you at HEB? Where were you when you played Thugby? You could. This could happen in a Walmart parking lot.
If I could play Thugby going down 35, I would. That would be a whole different kind of game.
That is real talk right there. That's when the helicopters come out with
exactly
with the cameras and they're filming a nice game of Thugby on I-35. Yeah, that's a real situation. That could be a real situation. You would need some solid referees probably for that game
and a good attorney probably.
I got a couple.
Yeah, I know who to call.
You want me to text them to you? I can share. I'll share their contact with you. Yeah. Well, this has been fun.
It's been really fun.
Did you think that you were ever going to be sitting right there in that chair when you were helping me build this porch?
No.
No, you did not.
No.
If you were going to say yes, I was about to call you out.
No,
and go,
I did not.
Brooks, I've told you we cannot lie on the porch. You have to tell the truth. You have to be honest. Yes. No, I know you didn't. Even when Nick was on the porch, she was like, I'm not doing that. I was like, yes, you are. And everybody needs to know who Nick is. I talk about you all the time. Yes.
You know, I've been blessed to play some very
I was
big
hoping you were
shows.
going to tell this. I was hoping you were going to tell this side of the deal.
I was more anxious about doing this than to walk on stage in front of 10,000 people and sit down behind a drum kit. Because I had something to hide behind.
Right. And you know that is, and real quick, because we got to wrap it up, but in the music scene and in the music world, and I've been fortunate enough to meet a lot of them, and I hope that I continue to get to do that because I enjoy it and I love meeting new people and asking questions and their vibe and what made them get to that part. But it's very interesting to me how many musicians put on a mask, you will maybe not even hear 2 words out of them. And then Brady Black is one of them, is scared to death. Like, and it is different. Even when me and Kels, we were talking about this, her and I have been sitting on a porch talking shit for, I cannot tell you how freaking long. I mean, that's where this came about. And with her being with me all the time and people going, who, what, and why do you have this? And what are you doing? And here we are. But yeah, it was very nerve wracking for me right out of the gate to come in here because it's just like, it's different when you've got a microphone in your face and you want me to what? And why is there a camera looking at me? But yeah, but for you guys y'all are in the limelight. I mean, you've been doing this your whole entire life. And then to say, I want you to come sit down and we're going to talk about things. It's like your butthole just tuckers up and you're like, wait, what?
Because
what do you mean?
You're exposed. You're right here.
There's nothing to hide behind. You can't run. You can't get out of here. You can't hide. You can't.
Yeah, and I can't speak for every musician, but for me, it was very much like playing a character. I mean, that I got to not be me. I got to be that guy that went up there.
Right.
I had a very larger than life kind of persona.
Yeah.
That I stepped into when I stepped on stage. When you step
on stage, yeah.
Because of, the drummers that I idolized, looked up to, kind of built myself after,
Yeah.
I wanted that. And that's what I wanted to show. I know how much I enjoyed and the feeling that it gave me to watch those people play.
Right.
And I wanted to give that same thing back. From that position.
Right.
So I think that's why a lot of times they're like, I don't know, you look so angry up there. And then you're so reserved when you're off stage.
Yeah.
Why are you so mad? And then you're so laid back.
Yeah.
I'm like, I took it all out up there.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. That's a very interesting point, and it is. And like I said, I've been fortunate enough to see both sides.
Both sides of the coin.
Both sides of it. Yeah. With you and others. And yeah, it is. I don't remember which show it was, but there was one where I really paid attention more so than others. And I really I was like really paying attention to your facial expressions. I was like, what the hell? Why is he so pissed? Like, it was really like, it was very evident. And that I don't know if it was the light angle or what it was, but yeah. So I've seen that, but he's one of those that watching him on stage and in the different areas and different venues and his eyebrows and the things that he does is just,
oh yeah.
I couldn't do that if I tried.
I mean,
but it is kind of interesting.
Even though, as the drummer in the band, you didn't write the songs, but those songs make you feel something.
Yeah.
or at least they made me feel something.
Yeah.
So a lot of times the expression, the intent that was on my face was what that song was bringing about in me, the emotional side of that song for me.
Right.
And I guess it had to come out physically
Yeah.
in my expression as well for
And
me
you kind
to
of get that as
play
a
it the
you
way
get that
that
as
I
a
wanted
fan
to,
too. I think as a fan, it's the same way. Music, I mean, you know how me and Kel are. Music changes your vibe. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
whole vibe, but it can be that way in so many other things. I think a vibe can, it's what you have on. It makes you feel better about yourself or more confident, or if I'm gonna run around in my pajamas all day, I'm gonna feel frumpy and just be like, you know what, fuck it, I ain't doing nothing. But if I get up, make my bed, put on a nice outfit or whatever, I'm let's go. I mean,
Yeah,
it is,
you're
but
feeling
it's
good about
yeah,
it.
you do feel it is a vibe.
It's
It is a
part of the performance.
It is.
Selling
Right.
the product,
yeah,
if you will.
and sometimes that product is you.
Sometimes
You got to think about that, y'all.
And something I want to say before we're done is Good Fest last week. So I believe the first experience that I had with anything like that was helping out. I think it was called Operation Airdrop.
Could be.
It was a long time ago. I don't remember. But it was, I mean, it was nice to be able to give back, to go help out with the silent auction.
Yes.
Whereas when I was there,
I'm so grateful
when
for your
I was
help. Thank
there
you very much.
at
Yeah.
Operation Airdrop, I was, move this over here. We need chairs here. Move this table over here. And being on the road with the band and not always being able to make those kind of functions, and it being so long since I'd been to one, as much as this town has changed since I first moved here, 17 years ago.
Yeah.
It's nice to see that the community still comes out to give back
Yeah.
when it's time
We're very
to do that.
We're very, very blessed.
And also, it's different coming from a non-musician side of it. I'm not in a position where that's the way I'm giving to it, but to have the opportunity to be there and help you and Nick out and kind of help arrange and set up and get through the silent auction thing was a blessing to me. It was great to be able to help out Keen.
Yeah.
And I spent some time visiting with his granddad that was there. And they're from Abilene. And he was completely floored.
Yeah. The mom and the dad came up and just
By all
tears.
of it.
We
Yeah,
all
they were
cried.
just-
And yeah, it was. And the little boy, I mean, you saw the whole thing, and it was just, I have no words. I have no words.
But
I
as
mean,
much as things change around this town,
that's
some
one
things,
thing.
that stays the
It's
same.
one thing that we will come together, and we're gonna make it happen one way or another. Corey and I have had such a blast doing the previous Good Fest, and I'm just so grateful that he has allowed me to be such a big part of it. And me, if I like to just jump in and help and do, and our families the same way, everybody. It's so good to see our music family, our community family, our immediate family, everybody jump in and help. And I just know that if I was ever in that situation, that I would hope that there was somebody that could. And that's what Corey and we talk about it all the time. I wish that it's just those like Kel says, the Smile Makers Club.
Yep.
It's a Smile Makers Club. And I was very, very, very and beyond grateful to do what we did, and very grateful for everybody that was involved. And when the parents just came up, and oh my goodness, it's like, that's just the least that we can do. I can't imagine. And that little boy just forever grateful, and his little tears, and him asking, why are they even helping me when there's other people that need help. It's just like, look at this child, you know, God, you guys have done such an amazing job. And he's just so grateful. But yeah, such a beautiful family. Yeah. And we're going to keep celebrating that kid the minute he kicks it. And he had a really rough day yesterday. Today's a little better day. We haven't gotten our complete totals, you guys, yet, but as of today, we still have more coming. We are not shutting the income portion of it down. We still have the QR code. The link is in my bio. It's in Corey's bio as well. It's on the Rambling Gypsy podcast, and we'll share it personally again. But we are keeping it open until Friday. And as of today, a few hours ago, we're right at $45,000 that we raised for Keen.
Amazing.
So we talked first thing this morning. There goes my leg hairs again. We talked first thing this morning, and we wanted to give them a nice boost of confidence because our boy had a rough day at chemo yesterday. So we wanted to put a big smile on his face to let him know that we are here and we're going to help, and we are not going to quit fighting, and we're going to do it all together for him. So awesome. Thank you for being a part of it. It was a great day. Well, it was a really good day.
I had fun.
Just when you think you can't do anymore and you're exhausted and you can't, and then you think, how fucking selfish am I being right now? This child is just doing, you know, and what an inspiration. And yeah, we got some big things. That kid's moving mountains every day, and we can all learn so much from him. And so really good thing.
Absolutely.
But I love you very much. And I'm so glad that you're on my porch. And
I'm glad you had me.
Such a good thing. You helped me build the porch. Now I got you on the
then
other
I got
side.
to be on the porch.
I know. Got to introduce everybody to you. Y'all, this is Brooks Robinson. Play a good game of Thugby out there. Give somebody a boop.
Take videos when you do it.
Please do. And share them. Send them to me so we can just show. I mean, we might start a little merch outfit. I don't know. Maybe some nice good game of Thugby. I mean, with me.
Can we get Thugby jerseys?
You know what?
I mean, you got to have uniforms.
Hey, we sponsored Gage's softball team, and Gage got, I don't know who did his jerseys for. Aubrey saw him because, you know, Aubrey plays softball with Gage, and Gage made some. We're getting Thugby jerseys. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Stay tuned. Rambling Gypsy podcast. Hey, we had a great time. Thanks for coming. Love you guys. I'll see you next time. Hey guys, it's Tiffany Foy from the Rambling Gypsy podcast. I just wanted to jump in and give you guys a little update on where we're at. Told you that we were going to be making a little bit of changes. We've got some new spots where we're going to be doing some filming. We've got some great guests that are coming up. Wanted to let you know, mark your calendars. You know that we take our calendars very, very serious. That is a deal. You've heard it. Me and Kel talk about it all the time. We are going to be back on the 19th of September. Big, strong. We've got some live podcasts that are coming up. We have a lot of fun stuff. We will be hitting the road in 2025. I cannot wait to hang on the porch with you guys. You also are going to get some new spots, new little things that we've been working on. Can't wait to share them all with you. Thanks for stopping in, and I'll see you soon.